I remember freshman year, I had challenged Alice Malone to a swim competition in the high school swimming pool room, and I couldn't swim. Well, I would say I didn't fail swim lessons. I didn't fail that swim class they gave us. But I'm not a strong swimmer. And I remember I challenged her, and she accepted my challenge. She was on the swim team. And she was like, all right, let's go on the blocks. Now, if you don't know what the block is, inside the swimming pool, it's those little things, those platforms that the people stand on, and then they like grab their toes, and then the little man shoot the gun, and then they dive in the water. And she's like, all right, we're gonna go from the block to the end. Now the end was like where the babies swim at. That's where I usually stay at. You know what I'm saying? I stay where the babies swim at. That's where I be over there with the babies. And so we swim from the deep end. The deep end had to be like 10 feet deep, because it was where like the divers went, 10 to 12 feet. It was deep. And we swam from that block all the way down to at the baby side. And I mean, I was terrified. I was like, I can't believe I bet her. And then what I didn't know was that she was telling everybody in the school, like, oh, Jori and I are gonna race. We're gonna race in a swimming pool. So now we had all these people had to like show up. I was like, you don't have to come. We can tell you how it ends. And so all these people there, now I'm prideful, bro. I'm not giving up. I'm getting this pool. I can't swim too good. If I die, I'm gonna die trying. It's probably like one of the dumbest decisions I could have made in those 14 years of my life. But I went on a little block, and I was trying to ask people tips. I was like, how do you dive in the pool? What are you supposed to do? Because I be seeing the people with arms and to do the thing, and so I was like, I bet, let me give it a try. So somebody was like, all right, we gonna say, your mark, get set, go, and then we gonna dive in the pool, Hey, TT. And so I get ready. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh my, like, I'm really scared. Like, I'm petrified. And so somebody goes, Mark, get set, go. And all I remember is just jumping in the pool. I don't know what kind of splash. I don't know what my form was like. I don't know what my hands were positioned. All I know is I jumped in the water, and I swam for my life. Because I was like, I can't touch the bottom. This is 10 feet, and I'm all but 5 feet. I can't touch the bottom. I swam for my life across that pool. And I got to the other side of the pool, and when I touched that wall, woo, let me tell you, victory. Woo, victory today was my, woo, thank you, Jesus. Oh, man. I was like, I can't believe I did that. I'm never going to do that again. But I passed swimming that year, because I went back to that memory, and I was like, well, if I can swim across the long way, when this man tell me to swim across the short way, I got it. But I bring that up because I jumped. I went in the water, and I jumped, and I had no idea what was going to happen. And although it was super scary, I felt so proud. Like, on the other side, I felt there was this confidence I had, like, oh, I know how not to die. When I go in the water, I ain't the best swimmer. Like, I'm not going to come in and save you. But, like, if I go, I ain't going to die. Like, I know how to not die in the water. Like, I'm good. And so, again, I'm reading this book, Upon Awakening, Jackie Hill Perry. If you don't got it yet, just go get it. Go ahead. Y'all go get it. Not right now. Later. And she's on day 14, and she's talking about how scary surrender is. And I start thinking about, like, all the things that I have a hard time giving to God. Like, all the hard feelings, and just all the things, my finances and my future, and what this next season of my life is going to look like. I have a hard time giving things to God. And just like jumping in that water, it's scary. It is scary. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know what the outcome is, but I kind of do. Like, even though I didn't know if I was going to, by the way, I lost. I absolutely lost. This girl's on swim team. She's amazing. Gucci, God bless you. Alice, you're wonderful. I lost, but I didn't die, right? Like, I made it to the other side. And I think sometimes I don't approach surrender like that. Like, I don't approach giving things over to God like that. We're like, I know I'm going to survive. I know I'm going to survive. I know I'm going to make it. I know it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be challenging. I know I don't have all the details mapped out. Like, I don't know everything, but I know I'm going to make it. I know. And I don't approach Jesus like that. Like, I don't approach surrendering things to God like that. I clutch on and I hold on for dear life because I'm afraid to open my hand, just give it to him, let it go, let it go, let it go. And so she asked the question. She's like, why is it so difficult for us to open our hand to God? Like, do we really think that by opening our hand and giving God over that thing that's so hard to let go of, that he's not going to give us back more of himself in return? And I was just like, mercy. Mercy. Woo! Goodness. Like, and I started thinking back of every single time where I've put something into God's hand. I put something into God's hand. I put something into God's hand. And how much he's blessed me in return. And I mean, it's a feeling of absolute peace. But that initial extension of arm and opening of hand, like, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. Like, and that's how I felt when I jumped in that water when I was racing Gucci. That's exactly how I felt. The hard part was letting go of that block. Because she was like, you got to do it official. So we bent over, got the hands on the block with the feet. And the hardest part was letting go of that block and jumping in. Like, I was just like, if I don't go, they're going to talk about me for the next 4 years. If I don't go, if I don't let this block go and I just fall in, like, this is 10 feet. I don't know. I can't just straight down. I could go straight like this. I could swim across, but I can't go down. I ain't going down. And I think about, like, man, how much better life is, how much better life can be when we just open our hands and let go. Like, just give it to God. Like, let it go. She literally said, let it go, let it flow. Like, just let it blow up. Just whatever it is, just let it go. Because holding on and clutching on to these things, it takes a lot of energy. Like, it was a lot of energy holding on to that little block thing next to my feet too. It was a lot of energy. It took a lot of energy. It was a lot of energy swimming across because I didn't have no good form. I wasn't like pump, like, you know what I mean? Whatever you're supposed to do when you swim. I still don't know how to swim. Whatever you're supposed to do when you do that swimming thingy, I didn't know how to do that stuff. My face was in the water the entire time across because that's all I knew. But I went in. I jumped in. It's 36 years later. Well, 26 years later. So I made it. I'm here. But man, surrender is scary. It's scary. And man, I came up on here to ask you guys, like, what is it that you're having a hard time surrendering to God this holiday season? Is it your finances? Because you don't buy your kids too much stuff? Is it your future? Because you're not sure about maybe a relationship or just your life, right? Is it a loved one that you miss? And you're having a hard time just releasing that thing to God. Like, what is it this season that's scary for you to surrender to God? What is it? For me right now, I'll be honest with you, like, it's this next stage. Like, I hit 40, and now after this, I feel like, all right, 50 is going to come around the corner, and what do I need to do between now and 50? Like, that's how my brain works. Like, I just got here, and already I'm about to be 50. But I'm like, all right, I need to start tightening some things up with my finances. I need to start figuring out what this whole pension situation gonna look like. If I'm supposed to retire in the next 12 to 13 or 20, I don't know when I'm retiring, but whatever's happening, like, I gotta kind of get the ball moving. I got some stuff in place, but is it enough? I got 4 kids now, and houses and cars and whatnot. And so, what is it for you though that's hard for you to surrender to God this holiday season? Maybe it's a habit that you need to break. Maybe it's a relationship that you need to break. Or maybe it's a decision that you just need to make and just pull the trigger on it. Just plunge. Just take the plunge. Jump in. I'm also reading When God Says Go. And God is revealing a couple of things in my life that I really need to just let go of and just go all out for and on. And it's scary. I'm telling you, it's scary. Surrender is scary. I don't know what to tell you, people. It's scary. But it got to get done. I mean, I can keep holding on. I can keep this tight clutch, this tight grip. But honestly, it's tiring. I'm tired. I'm tired of holding on so tight. And then complaining to God when things don't work out. And he's like, you should just gave it to me. I would have held it. I would have loved it. I would have cherished it. I would have given it back to you. I would have blessed it. So that's my Faithful Friday question to you all. In your time alone with God this holiday season, pray, ask, beg, seek, search, knock. Figure out what it is that's going to take you to the next level in 2024. What is it that you need to surrender to God so he can move in your life in a way that he probably has been trying to for a long time? What is it? What's that thing? Family's going to be traveling. It's holiday season. So some of y'all peoples, I see y'all on the scroll. I'll be seeing y'all soon. All right. So God bless. I won't be back up on here to the new year. So you guys take care. Be well. I love you guys, and I'm excited. I'm excited for what 2024 is going to bring when you finally decide to surrender that thing to God. And to God be the glory. Till next time, people. Peace.